Hi, welcome back. My daughter just sent me a copy of the edited version of the video that we did on the before and after part of our home decorating or remodel, and it was missing something very significant, which was the whole middle part of the projects that we took on. So you're going to see the before picture, and then you're going to see the after results. And what you're not going to see is everything that went into 3.5 years of working together to merge our homes. And during COVID, it wasn't always easy. We had probably an entire house worth of things that needed to be donated or given away, or a few things that we sold. We'd have to load up in truckloads full of stuff and take it to the donation centers and unload ourselves. And it was a lot of physical work, a lot of compromising, sitting down, really hearing each other. We both have very different tastes, I would say, but we would merge on the things that we both really loved. So that just took a lot of effort. But effort well worth it, because that's what our home represents. Our home isn't just the things that we have. Our home represents how we grew together through the process. And we've learned that everything that we do, we hash out until we come to genuine mutual agreement on things. And that's not always easy either, but we've done it, and I'm just so I think we both feel very blessed and proud that our home represents all of that, and we're just not finished. There are so many other things that we want to do. There is something that I think you might find interesting that I'm going to share here at the end. It's just another disclosure. It has to do with the hills, in case you have questions about why we have planted or why we've allowed all the natural sumac to grow up around us. So we'll see you back here shortly. So when Tommy and I became serious in our relationship about 5+ years ago, we had 2 homes, and he had rebuilt this home. And when I met him, his kids had gone to college. He was a single guy, and it was decorated as such. This room was an office with a big desk that he put in with a big desktop computer, I think for his kids when they were doing their homework and such. And it was just a room that he would come to periodically. But for me, I started having to really think about if we were going to make his home our home, or my home our home. There was a lot that needed to happen in order for me to make this home work for us. And the first thing that we did was decide that this could be a library, because in my home I had a study with a built-in bookcase that held the books, and so we needed a place for all of our books. And it was the beginning of transforming this room. The other thing that we did is we put in a round table, because it created a little formal dining room or a breakfast space that's a little cozier, and it works for us. And I had to look at each room of his kind of out of the box and how it would work for us as husband and wife. So this was room 1. Let's go see room 2. If you've seen the home tour, then you know that this is the room that we call the Casita. But what I didn't mention is that this was a bedroom. in a hallway that had 3 bedrooms. And when I needed to consider if Tommy and I can make this home our home, we needed a secondary kind of a den space. Otherwise, we were just going to be living in a very small portion of the house. And that to me seemed like it was going to be kind of wasted space. So when it came to me that we could move his leather furniture in here and his big screen TV, which I don't like to see TVs, we turned it into what we call the Casita. And it's a gathering place for family, friends. It's way at the end of the other side of the house, which makes it very private, quiet, and we just love it here. Another dilemma that I faced was the fact that there aren't any built-ins in the house. There's the beautiful kitchen that he built, but aside from that, there wasn't even a lot of wall space to put cabinets to hold some of the things that that I had that make life easy and create ease and flow within the home. And this sideboard was multi-purposed. It divided the space, but it also holds all of our table linens for the dining room here and the outside space. And it just creates ease. This TV armoire also holds our audio equipment and spare blankets and some old fun DVDs. And my little Bombay chest there, it has overflow linens as well. I decided to put the furniture against the walls along the hallway and have the things in them as close as possible to their use. This is overflow dining kind of accessories that I use maybe during the holidays or rare occasions. And other various cabinets throughout the house. We added more storage in the garage, and this really was both of our dream come true, to put in wall-to-wall cabinets and finishing the floor. So it's just a very pleasing garage. Keeps us very organized. So the last dilemma that I had with us, Tommy and me, merging our home into this space was a color dilemma. And without much furniture, I'm sure you can imagine that it was kind of a black and white house with rustic brown touches, which were beautiful. The dark framed windows, the very light walls, and I had to figure out how to bridge the gap. And I started paying attention to the beautiful colors behind us outside. We have kind of a copper, wheat colored hills in the summer. In the winter, they can become grass green. The eucalyptus, the very dusty eucalyptus trees, and the sky that is so often a very kind of a grayish blue that's just so pleasing and so relaxing. And I decided we're going to bring those colors in, plus also bringing in the dark bronze of the window frames back into the house. So we put in the 3 chandeliers in the great room that bring in the black, but not as linear. It's just more scrolly. And that created a little more feminine touch, a little more formal touch. And then we have collected a lot of plein air art, again, bringing the outdoors in. And that's why I think our home is peaceful. It's the color palette. But whatever your color palette, whatever size of home that you live in and that you're creating, all of these kind of principles apply when it comes to thinking out of the box with your space, getting clever with where you place things in your home to create ease and function so that everything has a place, and then thinking about the colors that you love to surround yourself with that make you happy. All right, so I mentioned that you may have some questions about why we've allowed the sumac to grow up around our property here, or why we would put as much as we have into this home, considering the fact that it's against the hills and it has burned down in the past. Well, what you don't see is that we have construction going on around us. They're not directly behind us, but to the west of us, those beautiful hills are being graded for a gated community that will be kind of off up into the hills up behind us. And then to the east of us, they are putting in a bridge that is going to the gates that will be the entrance on the other side of our home. And that, so Monday through Friday, we live with construction. However, the silver lining to this is that we're going to be so much safer with the bridge to the east of us, because that's the direction of the fire that has come twice. And this way we are just so much safer, and then all the building, of course, around us. So that is why we've allowed the beautiful natural sumac to grow, and someday we'll be able to take it down where we want to take it down. The hills, the very tall hills back there, are the state park hills that can never be changed. So I can't wait to get back a good portion of our view. So just another part of our journey here in beautiful Orange County. With that, it's always just a pleasure to share. I love getting to know many of you. I so appreciate your comments. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Would love for you to join our family here. And once again, we'll see you next time.